Hi, my name is Robin. You are welcome back to my channel. In this section, we are going to continue solving examination questions on indices. But before we do that, I would like to explain what we call exponential equation or indicial equation. Let's jump right into it. An exponential equation is an equation where an indicial expression is equal to something. Remember, 2 raised power x is an indicial equation. This is an indices, right? Because it has the base and it has power, or you call it index, or you call it exponent. So now, when an indicial expression, which is this, is equal to something, it can be equal to 0, it can be equal to 4, it can be equal to anything, then that is an exponential equation. So an exponential equation is an indicial expression that is equal to something. So it simply means you are still going to be using the laws of indices to solve an exponential equation. Let's jump right into it. Now, let's solve the following equation. The first one says 3 raised power x is equal to 9. Now, whenever you are solving an exponential equation, the first thing you need to look at is if both sides can have equal bases. That is the first place to start. Let's check this out. This is 3 raised power x. Let's check 9. What can go in 9? 3 can go in 9. How many 3 can you get in 9? 3. Then 3 here, 1. So it simply means that 9 is equal to 3 raised power 2. That means you need to multiply 3 with itself twice to get 9. So I can say 3 raised power x is equal to 3 raised power 2. Now, listen attentively now. Whenever the left-hand side base and the right-hand side base are equal, that means the powers are equal. What I'm trying to say here is what? Look at the base here. This is the left-hand side, and this is the base on the right-hand side. To every equation, there is left-hand side and there is right-hand side. Now, for exponential equation, you need to check if the bases on the left-hand side and the right-hand side are equal. If the bases are equal, that means the power also are equal. So, left-hand side, the base is 3. Right-hand side, the base is 3. So, therefore, it means x must be equal to 2. Why? Because they have same bases on both sides. So, x is equal to 2. Easy. Now, let's look at question B. 2 raised power x is equal to 64. Okay? 2 is already in its lowest form. Okay? 2 is already in its lowest form. Now, let's look at 64. What can go in 64? 2. 2 in 64 is 32. 2 in 32 is 16. 2 in 16, 8. 2 in 8, 4. 2 in 4, 2. 2 in 2, 1. So how many times can you multiply 2 by itself to give 64? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 2 raised power x is equal to 2 raised power 6. That is what it means. Remember, when the bases of both sides are equal, that means the power also are equal. So 2 is the base on the left-hand side. 2 is the base on the right-hand side. So the bases are equal, then the power also must be equal. So here, x is equal to 6. Easy. Now, let's continue with question C. Now, question C. 8 raised by x is equal to 0.25. I have explained in my previous video how to convert from decimal to fraction. For those of you that have not seen the video, click on the top right hand corner of this. Now let's continue. So 0.25, I will clearly explain here. From this is the decimal, I will count backwards. 1, 2. If I count 1 means 10, 2 means 100, 3 means 1000, 4 means 10,000. You can see 1 means 10, 2 means 20, you can see 3 means 30, 4 means 4 zeros, like that. So here from the decimal I will count 1, 2. So what is the number after decimal? This is the number after decimal, that is 25. So divided by, how many did I count? I count 1, 2, that is 100. So 25 divided by 100 is the same thing as 0.25. So if I have something like this for an example now, okay, so let's count from the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've counted 4. What is the number after decimal? The number after decimal is 25. 00 is not a number. So the number after decimal is 25. So 25 divided by, how many did I count? I counted 4. That is 10,000. So that is how to convert. So this is 8 raised by x is equal to 25 over 100. Now, what you always need to do whenever you are dealing with exponential equation is that make sure you have both sides in its simplest form. So 8, what can go in 8? 2. Okay? So 2 raised power 3 is 8 because this is 8. 2 here is 4. 2 here is 2. 2 here is 1. So 2 in 3, 2 3 times. 2 multiplied by itself 3 times gives 8. So that is why I'm writing 2 raised power 3, 8. So 2 raised power 3 is 8 here. Remember, there is x as power here. So I maintain x there. Is equal to, how many 25 can you get in 25? 1. How many 25 can you get in 100? 4. This is 1 over 4. Okay, so 2 raised power 3x is equal to, remember in indices, in my previous video, 1 over 4 is something as 4 raised power minus 1. Because a raised power minus n is equals to 1 over a raised power n. I've explained that in my previous video. So here, let's take 2 to its simplest form. Oh, sorry, 4 to its simplest form. 4 is something as 2 raised power 2. That is 4. And this is minus 1 here. So, bracket there. Because this minus 1 is this minus 1 here. Okay? So 2 raised power 3x is equal to 2 raised power 2 times minus 1, that is minus 2. Okay? Now, the base on the left hand side is equal to the base on the right hand side. So in that case, the powers are equal. So therefore, 3x is equal to minus 2. Now, we are looking for x. You can divide both sides by 3, right? So, because that is the only way you can get x to remain on that side. This one gets this one off. So x is equal to minus 2 over 3. Easy. Let's go to the next question. Now, question D. 5 raised by x is equal to 625. 5 is already in its lowest form. Whenever I'm talking about lowest form, it simply means it's only 1 and that number that can go in itself. So what can go in 5? Only 1 and 5. That is why 5 in its simplest form. Okay? But let's see what can go in 625. So 625. Okay? How many 5 here? 5 here is 125. Okay? How many 5 here? This is 25. How many 5 here? 5. How many 5 here? 1. So 5 multiply itself 4 times will give me 625. So 5 raised by x. So 625 can still be written as 5 raised by 4, as you have seen here. the base on the left hand side is equal to the base on the right hand side. That means the power is equal. So therefore, x is equal to 4. Easy. Now let's go to E. Question E. 4 raised to power x is equal to 0.5. Is 4 in its simplest form? No, because for it to be in its simplest form, it is 1 and 4 that should be able to divide. But here 2 can go in 4, so 4 is not in its simplest form. So that means something can go in 4. Let's see. 2 here, 2, 2 here, 1. So 2 multiply itself twice give us 4. So this 4 is same thing as 2 raised to power 2, right? And you have x here, so x is here. Now let's convert this decimal to fraction. Count backwards. 1. So that means 5 over 10. That is the meaning of that. Okay? So, and 5 over 10, 5 here 1, 5 here 2. So I have 2 raised to power 2x is equal to 1 over 2. Remember 1 over 2 here, okay? 2 raised to power 2x is equal to 1 over 2 is something as 2 raised to power minus 1. You've seen that in my previous video. Now, the base on the left hand side is equal to the base on the right hand side, which simply means the power 2x must be equal to minus 1. Okay? Must be equal to minus 1. So it's equal to minus 1. So we are looking for x. That means you have to divide through by what is beside x. Okay? Cancel, cancel. So x is there. So x is equal to minus 1 over 2. Easy. Let's go to the next question. Now, let's take question F. Look at this side here, right hand side. I can count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means 1 over, you counted 4, that is over 10,000. Okay? This is something as 10 raised by x. Okay? Now, remember that this is 10 raised by x is equal to, I can write this one as 10,000 raised by minus 1. You've seen that in my previous video, okay? So, 10 raised by x. I can say, how many 10 can I have? How many 10 can multiply itself that will give me 10,000? Let's see. 10. So this will be 1,000. 10. This will be 100. 10. This will be 10. 10. This will be 1. So 10 will multiply itself 4 times to get 10,000. So that is 10 raised by 4. That is this 10,000 here. But because we have minus 1 here, so bracket minus 1. Okay? Remember, if the base on the left hand side is equal to the base on the right hand side, that means powers are equal. So therefore here, x is equal to 4 bracket minus 1. And remember, 4 times minus 1 is minus 4. Easy. Let's go to the next question. Now, let's take these questions. A, 4 raised to power x is equal to 1 over 1024. 4 in its lowest form is 2 raised to power 2. That is 4. So 2 raised to power 2 is 4, and you have x here. So this is x. Is equal to, remember, this can still be written as minus 1. Now, the base on this side is 2. So let's take 1024 to the base of 2. And that is by dividing, right? So 2 here, 512. 2 here, 2, right? That is 5, 6, 256. 2 here, 1, 128. 2 here, 64. 2 here, 32. 2 here, 16. 2 here, 8. 2 here, 4. 2 here, 2, and 2 here, 1. So how many 2 can multiply itself to give us 1024? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 raised to power 2x is equal to 1024 is something as 2 raised to power 10. That is 1024. Then you have minus 1, so bracket minus 1. So the base on this side, on the left hand side, is equal to the base on the right hand side. That means powers are equal. So therefore 2x is equal to 10 bracket minus 1. So 2x is equal to minus 10. Remember, I'm looking for x. So I'll divide by both sides by 2. So here, x is equal to, how many 2 can you get here? Minus 5. So, easy. Let's go to the next question. Now, question B. 32 raised by x is equal to 0.25. Let's take 32 to its simplest form. What can go in 32? That is 2. So 2 here 16, 2 here 8, 2 here 4, 2 here 2, and 2 here 1. So 2 will multiply itself 5 times. So 32 is something as 2 raised by 5. And we have x there. Okay? Let's take this one to fraction. That is 25 over 100. So 25 here 1, 25 here 4. So you have 2 raised by 5x is equal to 1 over 4. Okay? 1 over 4. Remember that 1 over 4 is something as 4 raised by minus 1, right? And I can take 4 to its simplest form. So, which simply means 4 is something as 2 raised by 2. So, I still have minus 1 there. So, the base on this side is having 2, and the base on this side is having 2. That means powers are equal. So, therefore, 5x is equal to 2 times minus 1. That is minus 2. I'm looking for x, so I will divide by what is beside x. So, divide through by 5. Divide through by 5. So, here, x is equal to minus 2 over 5. Easy. Now let's take question C. 9 raised by 2x plus 1 is equal to 81 raised by x minus 2 divided by 3 raised by x. Now, I will quickly explain something here. Okay? If I have 2 raised power x is equals to 4 raised power maybe x minus 1 over 3. Remember, this is a fraction, right? I can still make this one a fraction by putting this over 1. Okay? So that means I can write this over 1 here. And whenever you have this case, fraction on the left-hand side and fraction on the right-hand side, you can decide to still rewrite this at 9 2x plus 1 is equal to 81x minus 2. Remember, this is division, so division. You can still write it like this. Okay? So now, let's put 9 in its simplest form. That is 3 raised by 2, that is 9. So in bracket, 2x plus 1. Let's put 81 in its simplest form. That is 3 raised by 4. That is 81 in bracket x minus 2. So divided by 3 raised by x. Now, remember that the left-hand side base is 3. But the right-hand side is having a kind of question that is not the same thing as when you have something like this. You know, when you have something like this, you can say the base here and the base here are equal. So x is equals to 2. But now, you're having something attached to it. So you have to solve the right-hand side first. So I have 3 raised power 2, 2x plus 1 is equal to, now, loss of indices. The base here and the base here are the same. And you are dividing. So that simply means you subtract the powers. So write one of the base. So this is 4x minus 2. Then division is minus what? X. That is the second rule I gave you in laws of indices. So now, the base here on the left-hand side is equals to the base here on the right-hand side. So that means the powers are equal. So in this case, I can say 2 bracket 2x plus 1 is equal to 4 bracket x minus 2 minus x. So we open the bracket, 4x, 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 1 is 2, 4 times x is 4x minus 4 times 2 is 8 minus x. Let's take all the x's on one side. So 4x is here, right? Remember, this is 4x. Every natural number, 1, 2, 3, they always have a positive sign in front of them. So 4x is something as plus 4x. When plus 4x crosses over to the other side, it becomes minus. So minus 4x. This is minus x. When it crosses over to the other side, it becomes plus x. So on this side, what is left on this side? Minus 8. Now here, plus 2x. Let's take it to the other side because it's not having x. That is minus 2. So 4x minus 4x, that is 0. Then x is equal to minus 8 minus 2, that is minus 10. So our x is equal to minus 10. Easy. Let's go to the next question. Now, question D. 2 times 4 raised by x minus 3 is equal to 16 raised by x divided by 8 raised by 1 minus x. 2 is already in its simplest form. That is 2. Remember, 2 is same thing as 2 raised by 1. Remember, anything raised by 1 is that thing. So 2 raised by 1 is same thing as 2. So times 4 in its simplest form, that is 2 raised by 2, which is 4. So you have bracket x minus 3. 16 in its simplest form, 2 raised by 4, that is 16. So you have x here. Divided by 8 in its simplest form, 2 raised by 3, which is 8, and you have the power here, 1 minus x. So remember, the base here and the base here are the same, and you are multiplying. That is the first rule of indices. Whenever you are multiplying same bases, you add the powers. So same bases, I say 2 and I say 1, which is this one. Multiplication is plus now, so 2 bracket x minus 3. That is the first rule of indices. For this one here, I have 2 and I'm dividing. I subtract the bases and the power. So 4x minus 3 bracket 1 minus x. Okay? So the base here on the left hand side is equal to the base on the right hand side. So that means powers are equal. So I'll say 1 plus 2 bracket x minus 3 is equal to 4x bracket minus 3 bracket 1 minus x. So this is 1 plus. Let's open the bracket. Okay? 2 times x, 2x. 2 times 3, 6. 4x. 3 times 1, 3. Minus times minus, that is plus. 3 times x, 3x. Let's take all the x's, okay, to one side. So let's say I'm bringing all the x's to right hand side. So I have 1 here, okay, 1 minus 6. The one that is not x is this one. Let's take it to the other side, that is plus 3. So you have 4x plus 3x here, 4x plus 3x here. Then this one is plus 2x. Let's take it to the other side, that is minus 2x. So 1 minus 6, that is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 3, that is minus 2. 4x plus 3x, that is 7x. 7x minus 2x, that is 5x. Remember, I'm looking for x, so I will divide through by 5, because that is what is beside x. So 5 we cancel 5. So therefore, x here is equal to minus 2 over 5. Easy. Let's go to the next question. Now, question E. 5 raised by x is equals to 1 over 6 to 5. 5 is already in its simplest form, so 5 raised by x. Remember, this can still be written as 6 to 5 raised by minus 1, based on the rules of indices. Let's take 6 to 5 to its simplest form. We've done that before, 6 to 5. 5 here is 125. 5 here is 25. 5 here is 5. 5 here is 1. So how many 5 can multiply itself to give us 6 to 5? That is in 4, that is 4 times. So 5 raised by x is equals to 625, same thing as 5 raised by 4. Then you have minus 1 here, so minus 1. So the base on this side is equal to the base on this side. That means powers are equal. So x is equal to 4 bracket minus 1. So therefore x is equal to minus 4. Good. You were able to finish this video. I will see you in my next section, where we take more examination questions on exponential equation and indices. Bye.